in this Keirin.
There's a focused-looking dirty rider, Joe, if I've ever seen one.
It certainly is. So kitted up with all the camera as well. All the kit ready for this Keirin action. So the rider will come right into the home straight. Assuming everybody's ready, the commissaire will fire the gun and we will get underway. There we go. The riders pushed off the line. The riders draw their position before the start of their race. They are told where they will be on the start line. They have to stay in that order. They will slot in behind the Derny. We're paced up to speed for just 2 laps here. It's a 5-lap Keirin, slightly shorter than the 6-lap Keirin that we have at World Championship and Olympic level. So just 2 laps for the riders to be dragged up to speed, and the racing will be unleashed with 3 laps to go. And you love a Keirin, don't you, Ed?
I love a Keirin, Joe. It's so fast and intense, and I've been road bikers and sprinters from time to time, and they're big, scary things. It's all going absolutely flat out. It's a frightening thing to watch in person as well. And here they go. So Tom Darash there has created a little gap in front of him that he can run into. It's all action at the back, though.
Iso of India comes around the outside. Absolutely everybody. Just comes onto the hip there of Jean Spies of South Africa. Slots himself in on the wheel. Done a big effort there to get around.
Tom Darash needs to be careful here in case he gets boxed in.
Kevin Santiago Santiago from Colombia in the rainbow dress as the world champion comes around to the head of the field now inside the final lap, and he is bringing out a gap of 2 bike lengths there over the rest of the field. Absolutely daylight between him and everybody else. Hammers towards the line, but we look to second place. I think that was Jean Spies.
Jean Spies, yeah.
Of South Africa. Yeah. Looks around top 2.
Great ride. Quintero Shavaro, though, he waited, he sort of timed his effort, and when he went big. Straight from the back to the front, pinned it on the black line, and never looked back. And everybody else didn't really have an answer for that. John Spies did well to pick up his slipstream, and nobody could get round him. Yeah,
smart riding there by John Spies. Just saw his delight there, acknowledging the crowd that he's got second place, and therefore into the Keirin final, a guaranteed top 6. We'll see a replay here. This is the moment. Kevin Quintero comes around the outside, brings out a huge gap on the rest of the field. Daylight between him and everybody else. But as we look back, there's fighting behind, but Jean Spies has the head of affairs here, is able to use that slipstream, takes a brilliant second place. Our first 2 riders are qualified for the final. So let's introduce our riders. First up, from Chinese Taipei, Sai Nin Asing. Now like a coming rider, huge opportunity for here at this Track Champions League. Now we have Dan Kool, the first of our 2 riders from the Netherlands in this heat. This is the man who has just won the individual sprint, Matt Richardson, on flying form this evening. Lars Romein, again of the Netherlands, 2 riders in the orange kit in this heat. Callum Saunders of New Zealand. A strong result last weekend in the Keirin. And finally we have Vasilius Lendl from Lithuania, another really strong Keirin rider. We'll be looking forward to this competition this evening. We're lined up as per the draw beforehand. Riders told exactly where they will need to be on the track on that pursuit line, and the commissaire has given the nod. The motorbike is on its way.
Do you miss the old traditional 2-stroke?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, we've seen some e-bikes, which is nice, environmentally friendly. But
here we are. We've got electric variant leading them out today.
Yeah. So slotting in here. Lendl is our first rider. Just seeing that onboard shot from that camera here. Getting the option into the lungs there. We have our 6 riders all lined up behind. We're calling it a Derny anyway. This is lap 1 of the race complete. 5-lap race, 2 laps behind the motorbike, 3 laps in racing.
Again, so you often see this. Saunders in position 2, leaving a little bit of a gap. Trying to have eyes in the back of his head. He wants to know what's happening.
The motorbike has gone. Lendl is on the front. A couple of bike lengths between him and Saunders. A couple of bike lengths again back. Matt Richardson is in 4th place at the moment. Rider's stuck to his wheel like glue. All eyes are on the man that has just won the sprint competition. But at the moment, Vasilius Lendl is off, and he's got a good 2 bike lengths over Saunders at the moment.
Lap and a quarter to go now, and Richardson's ripping over the top. He's going to run into the slipstream of Saunders there and hopefully get around him in this straight.
Down the back straight now, Matt Richardson takes the lead. So much power around everybody else, and look at the gap he's got there. Time to look over his shoulder, raise his hand and celebrate. He is through to the final. We'll wait for confirmation of second place there. It is top 2 that are through to the final. No doubt about our winner.
No doubt at all, Joe. Richardson, he looks so pained every time he gets off the bike, but he clearly recovers in time to get ready for the next one.
And our second rider through is Dan Kool of the Netherlands. This rider here was in 18th place overall in this league coming into this evening. 18th out of 18, so huge result for him. Guaranteed top 6 in the Keirin.
Great result for Kool, as a great result for Spies in the previous round. It's going to be an interesting final.
Certainly is. Keirin, anything can happen. Just 1,877 watts there for Matt Richardson.
A mere 1,800 watts from a rolling start. It's outrageous the power that these young athletes are doing these days.
Confirmation there of your 2 riders through to the Keirin final, Matt Richardson and Dan Kool. We have one final heat for the men's Keirin coming up now. We'll have 5 riders taken to the start here with 1 DNS from Ronaldo Singh of India. First up, Matthias Rudzik of Poland. Strong evening already, through to the sprint semi-finals. Now this man is our league leader, Harry Levrazen. But he has been beaten for the first time this series this evening. Keeping it exciting. Sam Dakin, New Zealand. Joe Truman of Great Britain. Another rider having an excellent evening of racing. Now listen to this one. Another home favourite, Melvin Landonneau of France. Just seeing the efforts here of Matt Richardson from the previous heat.
10 out of 10 for effort there, Joe.
10 out of 10 indeed.
Where's the stick bag when he needs it?
No one suffers like this man after a race. Honestly, the effort for him to get off the bike.
It's a beautiful sport.
And of course, unlike a World Championships, you're not here with your team, your coach, your soigneurs, or your helpers. You're pretty much on your own as a rider, aren't you, at these events?
That's right. You've very much got to be self-sufficient in terms of sorting yourself out for nutrition, travel, mechanics, spare wheels. So, yeah, you've got to look after yourself as a rider for these ones. And I hope somebody's going to lend a hand to Matthew Richardson soon.
Keirin heat number 3 is underway.
Melvin Landonneau on the front there from France. Big year for the French coming up.
5 riders here because we do not have Ronaldo Singh of India. Unfortunately, we're hearing visa issues for him. So slightly better odds. We need to be in the top 2 out of 5 rather than the top 2 out of 6. Possibly doesn't really affect the racing. Here we go, racing is now underway. 3 laps to go, Landano is on the front.
So Dakin's taken the early lead, but he won't want to go flat out just yet. Still a long way to go. 2 laps this time. This looks like Joe Truman making a big effort, but he's stuck on the outside on this banking.
Joe Truman accelerates down the backstretch, just stuck on the hip there. Landano still in the lead. Now we're waiting for the big move for Harry Lefevre, and the man who is in the blue leader jersey comes around the outside of everybody down the back straight. The crowd are loving this display of power. Rogic hit the right wheel following Lefevre round. He will take second. That is a win for Harry Lefevre in the Keirin. Heat number 3. Job done, and he is through to the final.
Well, Joe, it doesn't look like the second place result in the sprint has taken too much wind out of his sails, does it? I think he's back to business already. That has not shook him up one bit.
It has not at all. He looked focused, he looked in control, and he looked like he was not full gas at the end there to me.
I was just thinking, Sam Dakin's done a great job of keeping Joe Truman on his hip around the banking with a lap to go. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, how could we forget? Harry Lefevre makes everyone look like they're standing still.
He does. The man is on another level, and it's been fascinating seeing him beaten in the sprint this evening, but he's through to the Keirin final. Let's see that final 200 metres, 9.8, over 72 kilometres an hour.
He timed it well as well. Got round in the straight, pinned it on the black line in the banking, coasted to victory.
So confirmation on your screens there. The final 2 riders qualified for the men's Keirin final this evening. Harry Lefevre and Matthias Riddick. So the men's Keirin final, our penultimate event of the evening here at Saint-Quentin-en-Yvelines, velodrome for the Paris Olympic Games next summer. And what a lineup we have for this men's Keirin final. The crowd are getting excited. We've got a full velodrome here. Every seat seems to be taken. Everybody wants a slice of the action ahead of the Olympics. And the riders are coming to the line now. So first up, from the Netherlands, is Dan Poel, one of our younger riders in this competition. And now we have Jean Spies from South Africa. We heard the interview with him. He just wants to enjoy this. Excellent result for him to get into the final. Now in our rainbow stripes, our world champion, Kevin Santiago Quintero Chavarro from Colombia. Now, the man who has won the sprint, suffered so much after that Keirin heat, but he is in the final, Matthew Richardson. And from Poland, Matthias Riddick here. And here we have it, our series leader, 97 points overall, Harry Lefevre. So Ed, big final here.
Yes. Chavarro from Colombia, Harry Lefevre from the Netherlands, Matthew Richardson. I mean, they're the 3 big favourites, but you never know in Keirin's. It's great to see Jean Spies in there as well. Always a friendly face in track centre. So I think everyone's happy to see him make the final.
Certainly, so there's always runners that are popular among other riders, personalities, fun to have around, and he's certainly high up on that list.
And the favourite himself, Harry Lefevre, is on the moto at the front. So he can probably have a few more meters of relaxing before he has to start thinking about what's happening behind.
So our first lap completed. Behind the Durney. Yvelines is on the front there. Leads a skin suit, gold bike. He's got it all. Looking at Matt Richardson now, he's just laying off the wheel a little bit from Ridgick, looking over his shoulder, and it's Jean Spies is about to make a move. No one's going to come past the Durney until he leaves the track, which is now, and race is underway.
Jean Spies takes the lead, and I think Harry will be quite happy to see that for now. It means he can save a little bit of energy in the slipstream, but he won't want to get boxed in.
So the Raisin just letting down cool past as well. 2 laps to go. The Raisin is in third. Ridgick is on his wheel. Richardson just behind that. Our world champion is towards the back, but it's Jean Spies of South Africa leading it out at the moment. Harry Raisin comes around alongside, accelerates down that home straight into the lead. Ridgick on his wheel. The Raisin is powering away down that back straight. Seated acceleration. Look at that cadence. Ridgick is the only rider who can respond. Richardson is there. Can he come run on the line? The Raisin all the way.
Wow, he just let that out, Joe. It's an awful lot easier to follow a rider when they're going at high speeds like that. You can save a lot of energy by being in the slipstream, but nobody stood a chance. They went into his wheel and they couldn't put their nose in the wind.
Well, this is the man. We saw a tiny chink in his armour with a loss in the sprint to Matt Richardson earlier on this evening. But he was back with a bang there, wasn't he, Ed?
Yeah,
Leading that way convincingly.
What can we say? He's had 1 second place, and we're talking about it as if it's some sort of defeat. I think to put things in perspective, he has been dominant this entire series, and indeed tonight. He did a great race there. And he is in quite a difficult position. It's not always a comfortable place to be on the moto. To have to lead it out.
Yep.
He let Jean Spies take the lead. But, you know, he kept his cool. He gap managed well. He rushed the gap and ultimately led it out, and nobody had an answer. I think Shavaro, he waited at the back, and I think he was hoping for a ride around the top from Richardson. It just never happened. So I'm not sure if he kind of just hesitated a little bit too much there.
Richardson finding his way around to take third, so crucial points there for him. Ridgick, a brilliant second there. Of the points that, of course, all count towards this overall series lead. A place for him. And here are your standings for the men's sprints. The first time it's not been a perfect point score for Harry Raisin. 117 points, though, from a possible 120 is not bad. Richardson there, 93 points in second, and there is the second half of your